be a cheesy question, but I consider myself not as awesome as you guys, and I want to be awesome in my life. And what are some tips you can give me to be more awesome, like in my daily life? Like, what can I do to walk around and have a little more awesome confidence?
Just tips for awesomeness.
I
have a tip in my mind, but I'm going to let you go first if you have one.
Genuinely, I think you have to be completely who you are. Like, not kind of trying to be like somebody else, not kind of trying to fit into a box, not trying to, whatever it is that you are, that you know, that you love, that you stand for, don't apologize and completely be true to it.
That was going to be my tip, too. Mine was going to be basically from the movie. It's all about inner peace, which is the same as that. It's like
you find your whatever yours is.
I gotta find that. I'm gonna put on some Dio and just rock that out. Holy diver.
Yeah.
You know, Dustin Hoffman played.
You've been down too long in the midnight sea.
Oh, what's becoming of me?
Sorry. Inside thing.
Sorry.
Don't
apologize. Be yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, take Angelina's right.
Ride the tiger.
I've been going to. No, I'm like wrong.
You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean.
Dude, we sang that on the carpet for Tropic Thunder. I know you don't remember that, but
did we?
We
did we share this?
And you're wearing a lightning jacket.
Now it comes back to me.
I remember this.
You were my Ronnie James Dio.
That's pretty awesome.
You guys, did you see that? I just was like, what?
Yeah.
Poe, I have received a message.
From the universe?
From a messenger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's a very big moment for Poe's character to experience this inner peace, this clarity in his life. Can you equate that feeling to a moment in your life where, like, you kind of finally figured everything out? I mean, like, again, I don't know if that's possible that you'll ever finally figure everything out in your life. I mean, I don't know if I will either, but is there a moment that you felt that clarity?
I think you hit on it. I think the moment you come close to that clarity, if you're lucky enough to age, to be alive, I'm 73 now, and I find that the older I get, the closer I get to what one calls inner peace. And I think what brings us closer to that moment is the need to figure everything out, is the feeling that it's no disgrace to say, I don't know. I say I don't know more often than I ever have. We have a need when I was your age, or oh, I know, to have an opinion. You have to, otherwise you're going to be squashed under the, and to suddenly say, I'm not sure, I don't know. And to not, and once you're not involved in needing to have the answer, you're more open to the, I guess, the expanse or the pleasure of the question. That's for me, I'm in the shower. Our greatest masters are disappearing. I fear this is the work of Lord Shen, who has unleashed a new kind of threat on our world. This could mean the end of Kung Fu.
But I just got Kung Fu.
And now you must save it.
Dustin Hoffman plays your mentor in the film. Both your mentors, and I love the relationship you guys have with that character, especially the first one as well. When you first started off your career, who was someone that you went to that really taught your way to get into the acting business, and who have you mentored throughout the years that maybe was asking for questions about how to become, a better actor?
I have a tremendous answer for this one, but shall I take this one?
Are you going to do the same thing when Angelina says?
When I was a kid, I had a lot of acting teachers. When I was growing up, around 9th grade, I guess I had a teacher named Debbie Devine, who I was a troubled youth. I was getting into some tricky situations, hanging out with some rough customers and doing some bad things, but acting kind of turned me around in a way. I was able to put all my manic energy into something creative and positive. So I always give big props to my first acting teacher, Deb Devine.
I like that. And you? Mentors that you had in your beginning of your career?
I had, funny enough, my mother always wanted to be an actress, and she never was able to have a career because she ended up raising us. But she loved actors. She loved theater. She took me to the theater all the time, and so I think she was that person that just always wasn't because she was one, it was because she loved art, and she just loved the process, and she just wouldn't matter if it was ever successful as long as you could just play and be creative and discuss, and so it was her.
Take the 5. It is time for the next phase of your journey.
My fist hungers for justice. That was my fist.
We need to get to that tower without being spotted by those wolves.
Huh? Got it. Stealth mode.
I hate this sneaking around.
Hey. Hey. Huh?
I like it.
Now you play a pivotal role because you're the mentor to Poe's character. It's a very, very important character, and especially I loved you in the first one, I loved you in the second one. Going back to the beginning of your career, with The Graduate and Midnight Cowboy, which are masterful films, do you remember a mentor that you may have had, to help you get into acting and to put you where you are today?
Well, I don't know what put me where I am today, to call a freak accident, but for all of us in the 60s, when we were starting out, it was Brando, because we felt he tilted the axis of what acting was all about. He hit a more personal level, and he was somehow even more present than all the great actors up until then. So I think we aspired to try to be as personal as he was.
Did you ever speak with him in regards to?
I never met him.
I never met him.
I talked to him on the phone once for about an hour and a half, about a year before his death, because he wanted to start a TV show interviewing people and how they, how they, kind of the questions you were asking, how they work their craft and where did their, work ethic come from. But I was never able to meet him.
How can Kung Fu stop something that stops Kung Fu? Here we go!
Remember, Dragon Warrior, when you follow the noble path, anything is possible.
I'm freaking in.
I have a morbid kind of tradition at my house where every time someone dies, I show a screening of what I think is their best film.
Really?
Is that creepy or is that cool?
What'd you do when Paul Newman?
It's a tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Paul Newman died, what'd you show?
Paul Newman, we showed Cool Hand Luke. Although, in retrospect, I probably would have shown The Hustler, because I think that is actually the best film.
Yeah, it's a good flick.
He's awesome in Cool Hand Luke, but The Hustler overall is just like one of the best films ever.
Beware of the signs! What signs? So many signs!
So the first time you were here was in the 70s?
Yes. It was to promote Lenny, which was, about Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
In those days, they had an alternate movie house. It doesn't have to do with Kung Fu Panda, but they had an alternate movie house in which films that didn't get into Cannes were allowed to be shown in this alternate movie house. And some of them were called art house films, but were really kind of porno. Right. And there was a guy walking around, so help me God, and he had a pork belly, whatever they're called, pig, a female, pink ribbon. And this pig was the star of his film. Swear.
He's serious.
And he was interviewed, and he would introduce his pig. I'll never forget it. I went home. I told everybody, now I know what Cannes is.
Right, exactly. If I don't see that, I'm going to be disappointed. I need to
you
find
won't see it.
I'm going to find that.
The pig has long gone.
It's been like 40 years.
My old enemy. Stairs.